I want to come on and talk with you about my friend Jillian today and what she did for me that changed almost everything for me. Not and not quite that dramatically, but the change that she brought inside me was huge, right? Externally it wasn't that dramatic, but internally it shuffled a lot. My friend Jillian, I met online because I was looking for people who did similar things to what I was trying to do, someone to kind of make a connection with as a mentor or a role model. And of course, I ended up exactly where I needed to be with one of the dearest friends I have ever met in my entire life. Jillian met up with me and we met over coffee and we talked about where I was in my life, what I was trying to build with my business at the time, and where she was with hers. And we did have the whole mentorship conversation. And then she invited me to her organization, her group of women that she ran. Which was a group of trauma survivors, which I related to because that was why I picked her, because I was trying to offer support to women who had survived trauma also. And she already had something established, so I went to kind of see how she ran hers and how it went, and also to make connections for myself because I needed those also. So I went to one of her events, and it was just a little potluck dinner that she had, and it was very social, um, very relaxed. It wasn't like, a circle of chairs with people talking and sharing at different intervals. It was a normal gathering, but it was just people coming together with that shared thread and learning how to live normally again, right? And redefining what our normal was, because we all had a shitty definition of normal up until that point. So learning how to redefine our normal. Well, social events are incredibly challenging for me, not just because I have autism and ADHD, but also because I'm an INFJ and just painfully introverted. Like I'm good at being extroverted. I can put that mask on, but the toll that it takes on me is a lot. So if I can find a way to avoid it, I usually do, because I would rather just have one person at a time somewhere cozy and small. So I was brave and I went to this event and I got myself out of my bubble, because if something bothers me or scares me, I have a tendency to make myself go at it, because I have learned that fear is always smaller behind you than it is when it's standing in front of you. So I put on my big girl pants and I went to this event, and I was hanging out with these other women and kind of being the wallflower that I am, hanging around the edges, trying to find ways to talk to Jillian because she was the only one that I knew of any kind of way, shape, or form. And she was the one I was interested in talking to primarily. So I followed her around like my little autistic puppy that I am. And at one point in time, I'm talking to her, and I had apologized for my way of expressing myself at that time, my being. And she looked at me and she goes, you don't have to apologize for being who you are, right? Like, that is the whole point of this. The name of her business has the word unapologetic in it. So, like, I walked into it without even thinking about it. Kind of the whole point of autopilot. And I'm not exactly sure why in that particular moment this clicked as much as it did, because it's not like it wasn't something that I didn't intuitively already know. Like, I knew that I had permission to exist. I knew that it was okay for me to be who I was. It was her use of the word permission, though, that clicked in a different way in my brain, and caused a change in me in that specific phrasing that I still haven't gone back from. And it was just the use of one word. One word. You have permission. So I guess at the end of this and what I'm thinking about and where I'm going with this, sorry, I'm wiggling the camera. I'm trying to hold it by hand instead of on a stand on a table, because of where I'm filming today. It's Sunday, there's football and dogs downstairs. Um, but where I land with this, as we're looking at all of the changes around us and the changes we know are coming, our world is about to change in really big ways, really, really fast. And we really are at this point where we have to choose to maintain the status quo or choose to enter something new, right? We have to decide, is the old way working or not? And then we have to make those choices. Giving yourself permission to be, to say what you need to say, to do what you need to do, to take care of yourself, and to be the changes in your life that you need to be are given. Give them to yourselves. Use the word in your own mind to yourself, because since Jillian has said it to me, I have said it to myself in my own head so many times. And it is incredibly powerful just to have the thought of, it's okay to say no. You have permission to say no to this person. You have permission to do this thing in your own unique way. That has become really, really powerful self-talk for me. And it is something that I intentionally try to say to other people too, because inherently somewhere the inner child needs that permission. It's sitting there waiting for somebody to just tell it, it's okay, it's safe, you can. So give yourself permission. Your inner child is protected by the adult you now. The adult you is running the playground. Give your inner child permission to express itself. Set it free in the ways that it wants to grow and help shape your life in more positive and empowered directions, right? And this is one small step that you can use to help you embody your visions and goals for the future, is just give yourself permission to be the person you need to grow into to accomplish those goals. If your goals need to change, give yourself permission to redirect. Give yourself permission to put down a burden that you're carrying that no longer suits you. And then give yourself permission to pick up something new, right? Give yourself permission to pause when you are unsure of what to do and rest until you are. Give yourself permission to be quiet when the thoughts won't come clearly until they do. Give yourself permission for all those little I love yous and those little ways that you can look out for yourself without beating yourself up over it. Give yourself permission to give your inner critic the day off. Anyway, that was really powerful for me, and I didn't know if it would help anybody else, but it was sticking in my head, so it's important for somebody out there. Use the word. Say it to yourself and to others when you need it. If you see somebody struggling, use the word permission. Remind them, don't give them permission, remind them they have permission. Okay, that's the qualifier, because we got to keep the power in ourselves. So you're not giving anybody else permission, they already have it. Just remind them of that. Remind yourself of that too. Anyway, happy Sunday. I love you. Have a good rest of your weekend and a great start to your next week. You have permission to be whoever you need to be to reach your highest self today. Go out and own it.